Hey, what's up, guys? Blue Ridge Collectibles. Hope everyone's having a great start to your day. I figure it's time that we go ahead and switch gears and talk a little bit about basketball. We are in the middle of the playoffs. All right, so we're down to our last 8 teams in this playoff bubble atmosphere, and one of those teams that's kind of like they were floating under the radar for a good hot second. And then now, as quickly as you can blink an eye, they are on the verge of knocking off one of the big teams in the playoffs, and that's going to be the Bucks. But the team we're talking about is the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Taking center stage for the team essentially. But what's really cool is they have a lot of role players. Okay, they have Andre Iguodala. Okay, they got their couple sharpshooters, Duncan Robinson, and then the gentleman that we're going to talk about in this video is actually Tyler Herro, and that's what this video is about. Is that he is one of the final notable, I guess, rookies from the 2019-20 draft class that we are going to talk about. I have a whole stack of cards here that I think would be an excellent investment. Some of you, I would say, probably grade these cards, and that would be a good bet. Now, even though he's one of the kind of like the highest, first rounders still available in this year's draft, still playing in the playoffs, it's worth mentioning that every single card in this video can be had today for $25 or under. Okay, so this is kind of like a bargain video. Some would say, you know what? Basketball cards are not cheap at all. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't have to be that way. All right, base cards are ramping up in popularity just because of their price point, but a lot of those big name players like Zion and Luka Doncic and even Ja Morant. I mean, those base cards are getting far out of reach. Okay, people buy them, they'll go ahead and send it off to PSA, and if they come back at 10, I mean, we're talking about cards that are worth somewhere in 500 to 1,000, range, and then that's really not affordable. But what I have here, these are all cards that you could still hop online in spite of his play, which we'll talk about here in a second, and obtain a lot of these for $25 or less. Okay, so this, for example, is 2019-20 Donruss rated rookie base card right here is a card that you can pick up for under $5. All right, which makes it an undeniable bargain in my estimation. It's not. I don't think it's going to stay like that. The Miami Heat's 7-0 in the playoffs. Okay, and right now, as we're speaking, they are playing that game 4 against the Bucks, and it's at halftime. So we'll see what happens. But this is one of those guys, the supporting role players that much like guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry, who are shooting guards, point guards rather, will I think in a few years be one of the elite players. All right, so I'm putting out that bold statement, but because these are so inexpensive, now would be a good time to pick these up. He's 6'6", almost 200 pounds. He shoots beyond the arc. He drains a few threes. He's good for 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, a couple assists. But he's sharing minutes with Duncan Robinson. And he's usually coming off the bench at this point. Next year, they might give him more minutes. All right, they might give him 25, 30 minutes instead of 15 to 20, and that'll make a huge difference. He might be one of those 25-5 guys throughout his career, and I think that would be fine. So, anyways, this is the first card. This is card number 212. Aside from talking about what's affordable, I also wanted to take some time to talk about like condition factors when you're buying these cards. Sometimes people don't think about what they're buying and what's important on the card. I mean, if you don't grade these, that's fine. Nobody's going to judge you, but a lot of the value is wrapped up in graded cards. PSA 9s and 10s, BGS 9.5s and 10s, and even black labels. But with the Donruss, and I got one other card like it, these cards suffer from centering issues. This is traditionally known as the paper type of this card. The Optic, which is chrome technology, is one we'll see here momentarily. That one suffers the same fate as this card. So these cards are generally off-center. This one is slightly off-center left to right, just by a hair. It's okay top to bottom. It might be off just a hair as well. But because this is the paper stock version base card, you also get some edge issues too. This one is pretty clean, but this is the first card I wanted to talk about as being kind of like one of those affordable cards. You could pick up a whole bunch of these, and if they doubled in value, then that's fantastic. And it's really easy to do because I feel like Tyler's cards haven't quite taken off. He had that one big monster game to cap off the bubble season, I guess, before the playoffs began. I think he had, 30 points and 10 rebounds or something like that, something silly. And his cards spiked as a result, but they've leveled out even throughout solid playoff gameplay. Yeah, this one right here, $5, and that's the 2019-20 Donruss base. So here's another type. This is the green and yellow laser parallel, also from the same set. So this is a 2019-20 Donruss. This is the retail exclusive. Now, keep in mind with these cards, same as the base that you just saw. A lot of these cards will suffer from the same off-centering, the rough cut edges sometimes you'll come across. And these are notorious for coming out of packs with dinged up corners, like little folds in that foil that come up and creates kind of like a folded ear effect, which makes these incredibly challenging to grade. The pops on these in PSA 10 is pretty low. All right, so if you're feeling pretty brave and bold about submitting some of these in the hopes of getting a 10, I would certainly recommend it. But again, this is another card right here, 10 to 15 bucks, and then you're in good shape. So that's a pretty nice parallel to own. Let's see, the next one that we have here is going to be the Optic version of the Donruss card, only the image is also different as well. So this image is exclusive to the Optic brand. But this is another great card to get. Can be available for between $5 and $10. This one, much like the Donruss, you're still encountering the same off-centering issues, which unfortunately shows up on here. Because anytime you have a card with kind of like, just a solid symmetrical border, you're more likely to see those type of issues, being that it's off center. And another thing to also keep in mind with these cards is that the surface scratches really easily. Okay, and sometimes it's just poor storage at that point. Someone attempted to wipe down the surface of the card, and maybe they've created some hairline scratches. So any of the chrome cards has that extra kind of aqueous coating on the chrome that once you scrape and scratch because of applying too much pressure from a microfiber cloth is irreversible. All right, so make sure you examine those eBay images when you're buying stuff like this. I have 2 of them. All right, so these again are available for about $5 to $10. So that's a pretty good buy for you guys. All right, so here's another one from a much later release of the year, and this is from 2019-20 Mosaic Basketball. I actually have 2 of these base cards. Again, this is one of those cards that falls in that $5 to $10 range. These, I believe, got up to as high as $20 at the end of the bubble restart season. I have 2 of these here, and this is another affordable choice as well. So the Optic the Mosaic, the Select, I would say, which I got one of those in here, all play kind of like a second fiddle to the big dog, which is Prizm, and we're going to talk about that one. That one is a lot of fun to collect. All right, so Mosaic is known for their really flashy inserts. This one right here is the Blue Chips, Tyler Herro, Mosaic Silver, so it's got those little square cutouts with the pinwheel effect. This is a card that you could find for about $25. This is a nice one. The only thing is you don't have the rookie logo, and usually that's kind of a big deal to a lot of folks when that rookie logo is displayed proudly on the rookie card. It's just more important. But when it comes to inserts, the Mosaic inserts have been top notch for this year, and a lot of people like them. So definitely consider this. There is also a plain base Blue Chips Tyler Herro that sells for about $5. That would be another decent choice if money became an issue. All right, so here's one of those select rookies. This one is actually the middle level, I believe the premier. Yeah, this is the premier level. This is card number 169 rather. Sorry about that. But this one right here, this is a card that can be purchased for about $15. The lower level from the premier is what they call the concourse. That would be your $5 to $10 card, much like the Optic that we saw a few cards ago. But the one to get is the court side, where it's got the sweeping kind of like design in the background. That card, unfortunately, is not under $25, even in base. You're going to be looking around $50 for that particular variant. And if you're lucky enough to find the silver parallel of the court side, that is a sleeper card. I guarantee it. That will be a card that once he plays regular time, he stays healthy. He'll be one of those. That'll be one of those cards that's going to shoot up along with the Prizm Silvers. All right, and the card that we've all been waiting for is going to be the 2019-20 Prizm Base. This is card number 259. I've had a love-hate relationship with this set only because a lot of the cards come off center. Left to right, you can see that this side right here is much more thicker than this side. And that's just one of those byproducts of a highly produced set where quality control, isn't really there. So that gives the Prizm base cards a huge element of challenge when you're trying to grade these out through BGS or PSA. So a card like this would probably be a PSA 9. That's a card that still would be $50, but we're talking about budget here. You could still find a whole bunch of the base Prizm Tyler Herros, the non-photo variant, by the way, for right at $25. So this is the top of the mark for every card that I have on the list. And this is one right here that if you were to get a PSA 10, sells for between $200 and $250. So we're already seeing some pretty inflated prices because Tyler is still playing in the playoffs. So that's continue to be the case until either they get knocked off or they win it all. All right, there's I guess really no other option. But this is the card to own right here, and the more of them that you get, the better. I have 4 of them. Here's another one right here with this left to right centering on this one's not as bad. But again, I had the opportunity to buy a few of these. Here's another one with actually really good centering. This one right here I would say would be a PSA 10 if I sent it out. The left to right centering right here is good. Top to bottom is outstanding. This is an overall good card right here. And then the last Prizm that I have here is another one with pretty good centering as well. All right, so this is another fine card. $25. That's it, guys. I mean, that's if you're looking for bargain hunting and shopping for a card that has a lot of room and potential to grow, the Prizm base. Okay, Prizm base has become a thing this year, just because of the overall popularity of these type of assets. If you're able to obtain the silvers of this, that is what I also firmly believe to be an underpriced card. I believe they're right around $150 to $200 raw. If you're able to obtain a couple Tyler Herro silvers, that is a huge recommendation. All right, so we have a few kind of like outside of the box rookies. Okay, the first one right here is going to be the 2019-20 Court Kings base Tyler Herro rookie. All right, and this is card number 98. It's what they call level 1. There's 4 levels of rookies, level 4 being the rarest out of the 4. But this one right here, this is a card that I highly recommend as being kind of like that tier 3. Okay, so it's right under Optic, it's right under Select, and Mosaic in terms of desirability. But for around $5 to $10, you could get one of these beautiful cards that have that canvasy texture to the paper stock, and it's a very attractive looking card, and it's a nice one. So this one right here is another good pick if you're looking to go Tyler Herro shopping. Revolution, probably some of the most underpriced cards every year because of the price point. Revolution customarily is a low-level, low-priced, hobby-only product. That's the key, hobby only. They don't sell these in retail in blasters. Well, this year it's kind of, well, not even this year. So this one right here is what they call the Astro Parallel. It's a little bit more short-printed, non-numbered rookie. This one right here is a fantastic, beautiful-looking card. People just like the hologram effects of the Revolution set, and I feel like Revolution is going to be one of those sets that's going to just fly under the radar for many years to come. But, again, this is a card right here, guys. If you're looking for like affordable, $10 to $15, you can get yourself an Astro Parallel. All right, which is not the base, so it's the next step up. All right, so I'm thankful for the Chronicles release this year because the retail release also came out and really diluted the market. So there's a lot of like $4, $5, $6 Tyler Herro rookie cards that you get out of Chronicles, starting with the Panini version. I don't know if this is Prestige or whatever, but I think it's just straight up Panini brand from Chronicles 2019-20 Tyler Herro. This is like a $5 card right here, base. Here's a Prestige. Never mind about the other. Here's the Prestige type. Again, with these cards, off-centering is always an issue. It's a paper stock, so you're also going to get rough edges on occasion. But this one right here is another kind of like $4 to $5 rookie, non-numbered, base, very affordable. You should be able to buy these in lots. People have been cracking open a lot of the retail versions of these, the blasters, and have completely flooded the market with 2019-20 rookies. Even Zion Williamson and John Morant can be had for under $25 of those base cards, which is insane. But there's just an influx of cards, and it will dry up. I'm going to tell you this right now. That will all dry up in due time. So here's another Prestige. Here's one of my favorites. This is a 2019-20 Chronicles Tyler Herro Luminance version, non-numbered. Great action photography. Beautiful card. It's got the rookie card logo. This is a very condition-sensitive card because you got full bleed art going all the way to the edge. So if there's any chipping, you're going to see it. You're going to see it with these cards. But this is just a stunning card, and this is going to be, I think, for a long time, one of the chase cards. I have the Zion Williamson. I'm trying to obtain a Ja Morant with the poster dunk over Kevin Love. That one's entertaining as all get out. But this one right here, a really great card. This is somewhere in that $10 range, which I feel like is very affordable. All right, Panini threw us for a little loop in Chronicles and added in a couple sets that were made for the year. Okay, one of them is Recon. This is the Recon base Tyler Herro with the rookie card symbol. And this one right here on the reverse, because it has a white border. Centering can become kind of a challenge if you are a grading-centric collector, but this is a very attractive looking card with the foil board technology. Again, that one right there is about $5 to $10. All right, so we got Marquee. This one also from 2019-20 Chronicles. This one right here is a $5 to $10 card, and again, it's foil board, paper stock, so you're gonna get rough edges on occasion. Off-centering issues can exist. Attractive looking card. Probably not my personal favorite out of all the rookies, but that one is pretty cool. All right, not particularly my favorite, but this one right here is the Tyler Herro Flux branded Chronicles 2019-20 Tyler Herro with the rookie card symbol. Not particularly my favorite. Panini went a little bit brave and bold with the actual color tinting over the photography on these chrome cards. It is chrome, by the way. Not my personal favorite. I think at the end of the day, people will want to gravitate towards the Prizm, the Selects of the world, things like that. Overall, not my favorite. But again, if you're looking for affordability, this is like a $5 to $10 card. And let's see, I got two of those as well. Okay, so here's another Chrome Hometown Heroes. This is 2019-20 Chronicles. So the Hometown Heroes set is all chrome, and it's got this symmetrical border that goes all the way around. You guessed it, centering can become a little bit of a challenge. So when you're out there buying some of these cards, make sure you take a close look at the images, so that way you could get one that has lights out centering. Okay, that's going to be important for not only grading, but if you like to keep your cards raw, okay, it's always important to have like really centered cards with crisp corners. It's just going to be easier to sell in the long run. But if this guy heats up, get it? No pun intended. If this guy heats up the way is expected, 2-3 years, it's not going to matter what kind of rookie you get of Tyler's. Here's one of my favorites. This is the Crusade version from 2019-20 Chronicles. If you're able to find these with the parallels, I think you could get whatever the highest number parallel, the red, for around $25. This is a great investment. Okay, so this is the base version, card number 518. Beautiful design. Always a fan of the Crusade for its kind of like round table-y medieval style of art and design. But this is a really cool card. Again, this is a card that's right around $10. Okay, so we have a few parallels here. We got one of those Panini Chronicles parallels. This one is a red foil numbered out 149. This is about a $15 to $20 card as it sits. And I highly recommend any numbered parallels if you could get your hands on them. I just like the photography on the Panini cards. Good looking card right there. Here is a unique one. This is the 2019-20 Chronicles Majestic version. This one is numbered out of 249. It's a super thick card, all right? Compared to all the other ones, I would probably least recommend something like this because the condition on these cards are suspect at best with thicker cards, and because you have black full bleed color going all the way to the edge, it's going to be a grading nightmare, as you guys know. It's just going to be hard to find clean corners and edges on these cards. But, this is kind of like a more unique offering. I mean, take a look at the white there on that corner. This is not a gradable card in my estimation. It's just neat, and this is about a $20 card. Okay, we have a few left. Now here's a numbered red parallel Flux Tyler Herro. I believe this is numbered out of 149. So there you go, 55 of 149. Again, the Flux design, not particularly my favorite, but you never know. These cards, again, if Tyler Herro lights it up for the next few years, it's really not going to matter which card you own. They're all going to be relatively hot. Here's probably one of my favorites. This is the Hometown Heroes Silver Prizm. Geez, this is a really cool looking card. This is right there around $25, so it's very affordable still for what you're getting, but this is an incredibly cool effect. If you guys like the Silver Prizms and Selects and all that stuff, yeah, definitely consider the Hometown Heroes Silver Prizms. These are very, very neat and still affordable. There are numbered, colored Prizm parallels as well. And then finally, last card of the group, we got a Tyler Herro Purple parallel. This is the marquee version, numbered out of 49, 6 of 49. It's a good looking card. Again, it's not one of my favorite Chronicles designs, but as a lower numbered parallel, this card is sitting right there between $20 and $25 raw, and that makes it an incredible choice. But that's going to go ahead and do it with the Tyler Herro all budget collection. It was a lot of fun. I would love to hear what you guys' thoughts are on the last remaining high draft pick for 2019-20, still in the playoffs, being an incredible role player, very, very good guy that shoots beyond the arc, and his cards are still affordable. So I see a lot of good things coming from Tyler. Would love to hear your thoughts again. I'm your host, Sean, with the Blue Ridge Collectibles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell for instant notifications. Give your boy a good old little dose of support, and I will give you more content, more than you guys know what to do with. Thanks again for joining. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next card video. Take care.